Yep. This is this is more or less like my vision board. But see this at the very center? That is my source right there. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Somewhere in the middle of October, but it's Wednesday. I don't even know what the day is. I think the day is I think the day is the 22nd. Today is the 22nd, and I was just, as you can see, God has everything under control. And it brings me, hold on, let me set this up right here. It brings me to always remind myself that there are blessings outside the waiting room. There's plenty of blessings outside the waiting room. But it's just certain things that you got to do. Be still. Be still. And know that the blessings are coming. You know what it reminds me of? This, it says, every time I start getting weary and I'm like, okay, I better do this, I better do that. But then I say to myself, you know what? This one prayer, just this one scripture always comes through my mind. Don't be anxious for anything. But in everything, just give prayer and supplication, thanksgiving for what you do have, what's going on. Sit outside that, sit in the waiting room. Sit in the waiting room, it's coming. I know because I've been through it, done that. Been there, done that. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it outside the waiting room, y'all. Things that I was anxious about. And they got several versions of this. It says, the New International Version says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Now, I got a habit of thanking God for things that I haven't seen, and that's where I guess that's where you can say your faith come in. For things that I haven't seen, I'm already thanking the Lord for these things because I've asked for Him, and He owns everything. He owns this ink pen. He owns me. He owns you. He owns everything around here. So why would I not ask my source for everything that I need? So I'm just sitting in the waiting room and wait for it. And I'm thanking Him already because I know this is going to come through. It might not be the way I dreamed it. Sometimes He surpasses all my wildest imagination. But that's the reason why I'm talking to you today, because I just want to let you know that things that you ask for and you're faithful in your thoughts, that thought process, keeping the faith that He's the source, God is the source of making those things happen for you, it all comes together. And when you step outside that waiting room, it's just like you don't know when the baby is going to come. I don't know when the baby's going to come. Some people don't even know if it's a boy or a girl. And some people might got two, just like I got two twins in there, twin grandbabies. But it's sitting outside that waiting room and the wait. And when you come, oh my God, sometimes the biggest surprises you could ever imagine. If I could just go over some of the things I've gone through, some of the trips just this past weekend, this trip, we went out to Gulfport, Mississippi, and we were gonna go on on our little trip and everything like that to make sure we saw my brother sing and the Motowners. The Motowners, oh, they're great. Oh my God, they're coming to Atlanta, by the way. They're coming to Atlanta November the 22nd, and the after party gonna be right here, right here. Um, but they surprised me with such a show. It was such a show that I was beaming. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are great, and you could tell they moving and grooving because they was hitting 3 and 4 uh, states at a time doing their shows, and then I'm like, okay, these guys are good. But what I wanted to get at is my waiting period was I had set aside the things that I was going to do for the trip and everything like that. However, I knew what I had. And I went to go and get gas. And you know when you hit that little button on your account? Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. So your wait is not only worth it, but sitting there and believing that God is going to carry you through on what you have, on what you already have. He could bless you with so much more. So be thankful for the things that you already have and the things that you're sitting in that waiting room you already got. You already know you have that. And when you come out of the waiting room and with faith, that's why I love it. Say you got family and they arguing all the time and you're just, you're like, oh my God, or something is going on in your life and it says just be anxious for nothing. You just be anxious for nothing. Use that prayer. Use that prayer. Use that prayer in your life daily. Every time you walk, every time you talk, every time you think of anything, just use that in place of everything because it says don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for what He's already done and all He's doing. You know, that goes such a long way. So they got a little cousin for that prayer. I don't know. Let me see if it's here. But they got a little cousin for that prayer. It says, there you go. It's in Matthew. It says, I tell you, don't worry about your life and what you'll eat or what you'll drink or your body, what you're going to wear. It's not, is life not more than food and the body more than clothes? Now, I ain't preaching, but look at the birds in the air. And seriously, look at them. They fine as wine. You hear me? They're dressed to the T. These birds are so beautiful and so beautifully dressed. And they don't worry about anything. They're not worried about anything. They're not worried about what they're going to eat, what they're going to wear. They're not worried about those things. So why should we? I think they probably have more faith than we do. But anyway, good morning, everybody. I was just going over some things. I just hopefully it's encouraging to you because if you only knew, if you know now you know, if you don't know now you know, you know, yeah. Because I've been through some things and I'm like, God, thank you for all the things that I have been through, and thank you for sitting me in that waiting room because if I would have jumped out ahead, I wouldn't get the blessings that you have for me. So do that for yourself this morning, every morning, every minute that you feel that there's a weight on your shoulder that you can't bear. Every minute that you feel that there's something that is troubling or bothering you, be anxious. Don't be anxious for anything, but give it to God. Give it to Him in prayer supplication. And remember my favorite little thing here. God has everything under control. It's not left up to us under control. But hey, good morning, everybody. We got a new show for you. Oh my God, I wasn't there for Daryl E's celebration, but the information and the film that we got is gonna be really nice. You're gonna love it because you already love Daryl E. 40 years in the radio industry, and he celebrated this weekend while we were away. So, Honey and my crew were out there to help him document his wonderful day out there in Montgomery for the 40 years he's been doing radio all over. So we got that show coming up, and not only that, the entertainment there. Oh, it was wild. It was great. So we got some of that entertainment, and we just want to thank you for being a part and keeping us with you. We're coming up on 10 minutes here. 10 minutes, y'all. And don't forget to watch the show. It comes on every Saturday every Saturday, and just check it out. Oh, I hope y'all saw what I did. Okay, I got so much to talk about, but I hope y'all saw what I did with when I was there in Gulfport with the Motowners. Oh my God, it was such a good show. I put it on my TikTok, and then after the show, I had everybody. I was just TikToking. Oh, we're on TikTok. They were so happy they was on TikTok, and I'm like, I don't even know how to use TikTok yet, but y'all on, yeah, you on. And they were talking about how great the show was, and these people. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This show came on, and trust me, the place was packed at 3 for a matinee show. They turned it out. They turned it out. So you know they're gonna do their thing when they come here to Montgomery, and I hope to see everybody there because while we were there, my camera crew will be there with them. All right, take care. Hey, good morning, everybody.